All right, welcome back. So we've got our to-do schema here. Text to string, complete is type Boolean. It defaults to false because our to-dos aren't done yet. And we've got a created at, that's a date that defaults to a new date. So whenever the to-do is created, that's when that date gets assigned and it gets the date of when it's created. So below this, we can say, so the schema is like a blueprint, basically, for all future to-dos. So we can say, first we have to make it a model, though. So first we're going to say capital T to-do equals mongoose.model. That's a function that takes a string to do. And the second argument is the to-do schema. It's like that. That's our model. That's what makes it official. We're naming the collection in the database to do, and it's based on the to do schema. That's our model. And so we could say const lowercase to do equals new uppercase to do. And that's a constructor function that takes an object, and we'll put in text, and we'll say do some laundry, like that, and then save it. And we should have created a new to-do with our mongoose. We go to nlab and refresh our database, but nothing's there. So one more thing I gotta do. Gotta do to-do dot save. Just like that at the end of function. Now save our file and go back over to Mongo, refresh it, and now we see we have one document in our to-dos. We click right on it, and it'll bring you in, and you can see we've got this right here. It's all crammed in here. So this is the edit view, but I won't edit anything. I'll just look at it. It's a little easier to look at. So you see we've got this underscore ID property. That's this long string here of letters and numbers. That's the ID. That's the unique identifier for this to-do. And you can see completed is false, and created at is the date of whatever, time it is. And then our text down here, do some laundry. So we've created we've saved something to the database. And I'll just go back. And so that means we've got Mongoose working. We can save our progress. So what I'm actually going to do here, though, I'm going to erase that line. And I'm going to erase that. And save the file. Just like that with mongoose.model. The schema, the connection. Sounds good to me. So I'm going to come up and I'm going to make another folder here. I'm going to call this one type defs. And in type defs, I'm going to make a new file. I'm also going to call that todo.js. And I like how VSCode does this. It tells you which folder you're dealing with, which is cool. So inside of here, I'm going to say module.exports equals a couple of backticks. And here, all within the template string, I'm going to say type to do, capital T, space, and then open some brackets. And I'm going to do text. That's a string. No comma. I'm going to say completed, or complete rather. Boolean. And created that. Here I'm actually going to call this a string as well. I don't think there's a date type in the GraphQL. So there's our to-do type definition that's the GraphQL version of a type definition. Right there. And for that, I'm going to return, I'm going to say type query, just like we did for the books. That's an object, and I'm going to say get to-dos. Be more specific, I'll say get all to-dos. And then I'm going to put a colon, and then that's going to return an array of to-dos. That's like that. So that's good for now. And then I'm going to make another folder. I'm going to call this folder solvers. And here I'm going to have a new file. And guess what the name is? To-do.js. And here I'm also going to do that same module.exports. So this time it's going to equal an object. And here it's going to be a query. Inside the query, I'm going to say get all to-dos. And that's going to be a function. And the function is going to take some funny arguments. It's going to take an argument called root, another argument called args, and another argument called context. Don't worry too much about any of this stuff right now. I'll explain it all as we go. So, and here, oops, this should have been an arrow function. Here I'm going to say actually, I'm just going to leave it as an empty function right now. We're going to go try to wire it together a little bit up here. So what we want to do first is, let's say, const type defs equals require dot slash type defs slash to do. And let's say const resolvers require dot slash resolvers slash to do. I'll leave it right there for now.